Hello, it's Shoaib here, and yeah, welcome to the first weekly call. I'm all alone, no one has joined. Um, Now, that could be for a number of reasons. I'm guessing different localities, some people are based on the other side of the world, um, so on and so forth. But yeah, what could we do then? I think I planned this uh, weekly call so we could look at things like um, So we could look at things like your website, how you built it, did you use AI or not, which tools you used, as well as other things, smaller projects or client ongoing projects that you're currently working on, and see how those are developing. But what we could do, the other option I had as well was to also go through some of my projects, some of my builds. So I think this should be fairly quick. I'm not gonna sit on here for the whole half an hour if no one jumps on. um, but what I'll do, I'll share my screen and then I will go through the website I've built recently. So let's do that just now. Share screen. Uh, Entire screen will be fine. Let's do this guy. Um, okay, so I'm sharing screen. You should be able to see this one here, which I've actually just sent out to Jamie. So I think she's looking at that this morning because she asked me what's my website and what have I built. So this is called Nexura. I didn't come up with the name, by the way. It was Gemini or ChatGPT. I can't remember which one I used. But all I said was build me or give me code for a website that I can use for enterprises. It needs to be clean, fresh, and focused. And the target market and what I'm building is automation systems. So it's called in Nexura. It says the intelligence layer for small, medium-sized businesses and enterprises. Um, a bit about what we do here, what my company and I do. Got some use cases. Now these use cases are um, one or two of these have been used for current live clients, and this one is still in development, but the product is ready to demo. So here we look at how to reconcile and improve accuracy and flag up errors in purchase orders and receipts and invoices. The second one is a public data scraping API, where if you've got a website, we can use that to scrape all the data on it, especially if it's uh, uh, grids or tabular data. That's usually a lot easier. So if you look up here, this is exactly what I do. I'm scraping Google Trends. And I think you see the parameters there for United States in the past 4 hours, all the categories, all the trends, and order by search volume. So I can't pause this. Sorry, this is not a video, but this is a GIF because it's quite short movements. So I run the engine first, if you like, and this creates a list of all the data from that HTML page. So it uses things like Node.js, Puppeteer in the back end. Now this might scare some of you because you're new into this space and you're not using code as well. You're using Claude or drag and drop tools and automation tools, which I'll get to as well, and we'll start using them. But for now, this is one I built manually with code uh, by the help of ChatGPT, and asked it to give me a sort of template. So now here on the left, I ran node um, and then test symbol. This runs that page that we captured, which is this here from Google Trends. And then you can see after we save it in a JSON format, which is a nice to use, here you go, data format. And with this data format, what you can do, this one here, you can see USA, Canadians versus Sabres, Mark Furhan, Brewers versus Cubs. What you can do with this JSON format now is put it into your own database. You can see that matches there. You could put it into your own database. You could make another table with it on your website, so you could call it and update your website periodically. Have that fully automated or partly automated. You could push it into an API, so others can call your service and they could see this data refreshed automatically. Now that was one idea I wanted to build, because as an RSS feed, because Google charge for them now. But yeah, let's carry on. Recent solutions and builds. We as a company were approached to build a change strategy tool by using AI agents, automation, LLM, and have it as a workflow. So I explain here. Let me just take one sip. I explain here that it's a change strategy tool which automates change strategies and recommendations. Problem simple. After each company change meeting, strategies can be tossed and contain errors, and there's always clashing of ideas between stakeholders because it's all manual, and it's ideas and opinions coming from people. The client wanted to improve this process and to be in a position where change meetings are more streamlined, and the strategies are easier to produce with less errors. The solution, we came up with a system that can be fed the change documents that they recorded after each change meeting, and that was a Word document and an Excel spreadsheet. So the Word document was unstructured, and the Excel spreadsheet being tabular data, and cells and rows. It's more structured. Sorry, did I say that right? Word document unstructured and Excel sheet structured. So that then ran, after being fed those two, ran an agentic workflow, and the LLM, which I used, or Llama model, it was used to understand the company and the change context. So this then produced a change strategy presentation, which can be passed to all the stakeholders and the senior stakeholders in the company. The client saw a 40% jump in efficiency and change participation. And these are the tools that I used to build it. There was Python coding, Llama LLM model, Langsmith is part of LangChain, which is a platform really for managing agents and viewing their life cycle logs, etc. And also I've used the other few Python libraries. The front end, as you can see here, it is a Streamlight UI. So that means I use Streamlight, which is a framework in Python to build front end applications. Okay, so then next we have our ecosystem. So this is what me and my company use and have in terms of knowledge, skills, as well as the offering. So we are currently focusing on building AI automations, agentic workflows and development, ERP integrations, data management and development, software and data integrations, website and web application development, and mobile development. So that's most of them. And then the actual tools and languages, programming languages, most are around software development methodologies, standards, and processes. And we have things like .NET, Python, LLMs, OpenAPI, REST APIs, custom APIs, and some database work as well. So yeah, in fact, just to show you how I work, I noticed a couple of errors here. There's some spelling mistakes. I think let's find them. This one here first, strategy. Spelt it as strategy. That's wrong. Also, if I here we go, change. I put it as change. So let me change these now in code just so you can see. So I don't know if I drag this screen over here, if you can see my code. This is the code for that application there. And the page we're on is index.html. Now again, this might look a bit alien to some of you. Excuse me, but I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to help you. But you might be new to code and be like, oh, what does this do? What does that do? Just as a quick reminder, all the code you get from Claude, from make.com, anything, and all of these tools and platforms, behind the scenes, they have code. So they've got things like this. So yeah, we'll later on in other sessions, we'll look at what they mean, how you use them, from the basics to more advanced stuff. But for now, I'm on the home page here, which is this page behind us there. So I want to find, so a quick way to do it, I'm going to find this text. I want to find this word, but I'm going to begin with this text so it's easier to know and exclude any duplicates, just in case. Make this bigger. I'm going to do Control F for find. Paste my text in, and I can see it's right there. And then what I'll do is I found the word here, strategy, change it to strategy, and the other one was somewhere around here. Here we go, change that to change. Now, because I've hooked this into Vercel, so Vercel is the Vercel is the web hosting platform I'm using to host it on, and where I deployed it. I'll just show you quickly. So this is Vercel here. Because it's connected to Vercel and to my GitHub, you can see that change I made has already been picked up. So I'm just going to write here the change was update spellings. And if I hit commit, and I'll go into here into Vercel and log in with my GitHub usually. And then I think GitHub I do with Google. I click my email address. Use passkey, continue, and I should be in because Vercel behind the scenes connected to GitHub. So all I want to do is like check out a deployment time. Here we go. So I deployed it last 3 days ago, 8 hours and 17 minutes ago, or 3 days, 8 hours and 17 minutes ago. Once I hit update in here in Visual Studio Code, that should update it up there. So all I'm going to do, I've done my commit. I'm just going to hit sync changes. And then in turn, once Vercel receives it from the update from GitHub, that will update our website, which is already live online. So we'll wait for this small spinner to stop spinning. That gives me a chance for another sip. Take a minute or two. what you've got to watch out for, sometimes it can get stuck. Um, Obviously, it looks like it's probably busy, so it's still synchronizing changes. If I go to the, we'll give it one more minute before we try to refresh the front end. Let's check anyway, see what's going on. Here, I'm just gonna refresh this page here and see what happens. Yeah, it looks like Vessel's fairly busy. It is a massive site these days, so um, we might see the change now or we might not. It looks like it's still spinning. Normally it does not take that long. It's usually in a flash. Um, but hey, that's the nature of development and systems. Check it one more time. But yeah, that was the process anyway, and the sort of manual-ish, partly automated development process, which is a standard now, has been a standard for well over 2 decades. So you develop your software application, mobile app, website here. You connect it to GitHub. This is the source control, and all the changes are saved here. You make a change in the code. You update with a message what the change is. You commit that to GitHub. You hit sync changes. Once this completes, this goes to Vercel. Vercel receives it, which is your web host. Now, this only works for smallish software and web applications. If it's a mobile application, it'll be slightly different. Then this should pick up the change. Once it picks up the change, it should be live back on our website here, which is this one. But anyway, just to show you live, because that's taking very long. Just let's say you're with a client and you quickly want to show them a change. Right there, what you can do is right-click the word, inspect, and this will open up your developer tools. Go in here, you see the paragraph, and we could just double-click there. Now this is just a front-end virtual change. Nothing sticks, nothing is saved permanently. Strategy tool, and then hit enter. And then I think it's in the next paragraph. There we go. We've got change. You want to change that to change. There we go. And that's it. So if I close that, you can see now it says change. Whoops, that word. Did I change a wrong word there? Let's see. Strategy. That one didn't stay. Strategy, automate. Oh, there's another strategy here. I was full of strategies that day. Instead of strategies, enter. Close out. There you go. Strategy is correct now, and change is correct as well. So that's how you do it. Vercel is still taking long to update, so I won't show you that anymore. But yeah, there you go. There's a quick little demo into my website, company's website, what we're doing, what we're offering, the tools, the tech. A quick diving into how I built it, how I developed it, how I hosted it. Live change for you there to look at a bit of the code. The only other page you want to pay attention to is the ecosystems? Yeah, use cases. I liked this page. It gave me a nice, fresh looking, very futuristic color scheme. So this goes into those 3 products, the matching flagging of invoices and purchase orders, a bit more, and its queue system, which I'm developing as well. And they're all part of this FinOps dashboard, which, yeah, I think next time I'll be happy to demo. But until then, since that time is almost up, the 30-minute mark, no one came on. I was by myself, but hopefully you'll enjoy this because this has been recorded and you'll join me on the next one. Bye for now.